to DISCRAFT, I'm very sorry. I think it's literally over 2 months ago that you sent me out the Zone GT Battle Pack, like 3 weeks before they even came out. And I didn't even do anything with them. I never promised that I'd do anything with them, but at the same time, it's like, come on. So, Bodanza Froth, we're gonna be taking a look at the Bang Zone and the Ring Zone, or the Banger Top GT Zone, or the Ringer Top GT Zone. Playing 18 holes here at Lower Badlands. Trying to kind of rip through it. I heard they're between stability from the Z Zone and the Z Zone OS. I have both of those, but this is Bodanza Froth, so we don't follow the rules, so we're not bringing them out. Because honestly, I would just like throw my arm off today, throwing all this overstable stuff. There's like a ton of people here by the practice basket, and I have a little social anxiety, so we're just gonna rip these and then look at the little battle pack thing under here and talk about the concept of this, because I don't even quite think I fully understand it. I've never even felt these, but okay, the Banger feels really good, like right where I want my thumb to put pressure on my top, and then the Ringer doesn't feel like much at all. Interesting. We'll see forehand and backhand. Bang Zone first. Just gonna flex it down to the basket. Oh, it's pretty stable. Really is stable. Ooh. And a little more Anheuser. Ringer Zone. Much better. They come out really clean, at least. I think that's parked. We'll see. So I'm pretty sure the concept here is that I actually have a conspiracy about it, because it's like, hey, battle pack instructions, welcome to the challenge. Inside the pack, you'll find 2 different Zone GT discs. One is a Banger Top, the other has a Ringer Top, which will be your go-to. Your votes help decide which mold gets PDGA approved. I call BS on that a little bit. And then voting begins October 22nd. It's December 1st as I'm recording this. And it runs through January 2024. I don't know. My guess is they're both gonna be approved. Like, they sent out all these discs to all these people, and some people prefer one, some people prefer the other. This was my kind of thought initially. I was gonna make a video about the conspiracy, and then like my whole content's just been like kind of crazy since they sent this to me with like the Simon stuff, the Drew stuff. Ooh, I'm almost OB with the first one. But I'm like, there's no chance. Well, there's a chance, but I would be very surprised if they don't approve both of them. My thought though on how they're gonna do it, which is gonna be a little sneaky. Not sneaky, maybe smart, maybe sneaky, I don't know. But I basically think, oh yeah, this is like almost out of bounds. We're just gonna play as a hazard so that I don't get any advantage taking it in. Freaking kidding me. But my thought is that they're gonna end up approving one. They'll be like, hey, this is the winner, blah, 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 this is the winner, yay, awesome. Everyone who did it is gonna be so happy. Everyone who didn't is like, no, I have this disc that I was bagging that I can't use for any tournaments. And then they're gonna be like, we heard you. You said you couldn't bag it for tournaments. We're gonna approve the other one. I mean, I've never got a disc approved. Here, I'm gonna call Jesse real fast. See, just a quick question. Hey, birdie. Let me call Jesse over at Trash Panda and ask him a question about this, but I think that's probably what they're gonna do. I can't imagine it's too expensive to get a disc approved. And I can't imagine that they have thousands of these discs out there that just aren't ever gonna get thrown again, or will only get thrown in non-sanctioned play. Call Mr. Trash Panda.
Leave me a message.
Helen, please record your message.
Mr. Trash Panda doesn't want to talk to me. Hang up or... But I guess, my guess is it wouldn't be too expensive, and there's like no reason to like make a part of your fan base not super happy. But there's also no reason to be like, we did it together, because then it looks a little sus. So I'm guessing that they're gonna approve one, then like a month or two later, they're gonna approve the other, but both of them are gonna get approved before most people's season starts in like March or April. So one will get approved in January, one will get approved in April. I think in this current layout, like 9 down is 1,000 rated or something. Probably not quite, and obviously conditions are different or whatever. I wanna try to shoot double digits with one of these. I will say, the Ring Top Zone, the Ringer GT, it feels much slicker than the Banger GT, and I think that's just because your thumb really gets in there, at least where my hand goes. Got the birdie, gonna give it a nice big rip. This is 340 feet slightly uphill. If we get this, we're massive. Don't hit that pole, please. Oh no. Oh, good. Ah, that's gonna be some sort of look. Pop a little more nose down. I heard this one is less stable. Foundation came on my channel and tried to spew their propaganda that the Bang Zone was better. Why would you want to do that to a disc? Ripped over it more. There's a Mando there that we're definitely not playing because I shanked it. The rule is also not that you have to necessarily see the T-pad when you throw from it. You can just go there and be bad at filming because it's Bodanza Froth. Awesome. Personally, so far, and like more recently, I've not been like a very overstable approach guy. I really like the slightly overstable, like my Z Zone, I even rarely take out. I'm more of an ESP guy. Like slight flexes, touch of Anheuser, whatever, a lot of like push on whatever angle. This might change that for me, but honestly, I don't like the way that either of them feel too much to start out. I'm just like, maybe I'm just like a traditionalist kind of guy who, I just like a disc for being a disc, not for being a gimmick, you know? I can't say that, I'm a YouTuber. Nailed it. I think I need to like, everything needs to just be chill. I'm like always so tense when I come play. I need to just be chill. I saw some dude like trying to be one of those like balls that like, one of those things that you twist it and like hits himself, and I was like, looks kind of cringe, but maybe it's helpful in loosening up your body. 2 for 2. It was always a skip shot. No! Did I roll forever? I think it rolls forever. Not even close. We're gonna have integrity and call those both bogeys because that one missed the Mando, and we're gonna play Simon Mando rules, which is play from where it lies instead of having to go to the drop zone. And where it lies and where the drop zone was like 20 feet apart. So they both took a bogey. Not looking good when you suck. 300, 2 something. It's right there. Who cares about distances? Yeah, something, it kind of almost feels shallower than a Z zone. Maybe because, I don't know if this is the case. Maybe it's because the groove, like the top of the groove part, like the non-groove part right up here is the typical zone height, and then this like recesses into it because it feels a little shallower, which is honestly, even with my hands, the zone's already shallow, so this is a little uncomfortable. Doesn't matter though. Skip up. Skip up. Ah, whatever. Stupid part job. No, way worse shot. Skip. Oh, never mind. What am I complaining about? Stop being such a baby. You're parking it. I would make the joke that these are illegal because of the thing on the bottom, but they're not even PG legal anyway, so who cares? Nailed it. It's one of the harder positions to film just because basket's way right and we have like these trees and things to worry about. Gotta get the nose down. Just be loose. I've been so uptight and like really focusing on so many different form things. I'm gonna try to not think too much about form and just like throw today, because I feel like I haven't been training a lot this past week or so because I've just been getting a lot of videos up and building this channel, Banana Froth. Subscribe. But more importantly, watch some videos. If you got some time to like just throw some on, that'd be sick. Trying to get the watch time up. Yeah, headwind, gonna be tough. Probably 350. It's not an easy shot, but it is downhill. So like I can get it, I throw my envy on this hole typically. So it's not typically this much headwind though. Ring zone. Oh, it's kind of stable. Wow. Be a nice easy up shot, but bang zone's got the chance to take one. Nose down means you throw it straight in the air, right? That's how that works. You just throw it right next to the ring zone because they're magnetized to each other and you're bad at disc golf. Maybe I do need to think about form. Distances were all right, but probably not a birdie look here. Ring zone still needs 9 more to get to that 10. I feel like bang zone's cool, but maybe I'm just not either of these, personally. Rude. A little more high nose downy. First one I was trying to throw it, now I was just trying to get up there. Next one is a forehand holdover for sure. I guess maybe it's like a more torque resistant style of zone. I would say it's an in-between. I would guess what the literal opinion of every single person who's been reviewing these, conglomerated into one thought, which is that it's between the zone and the zone OS, is probably true if everyone thinks it. This is definitely my least favorite wind to play this course in, because most of these holes, the way that they shape, the wind just kind of funnels as a headwind through them all. But yeah, on a forehand, they're definitely more torque resistant than the Z zones. Skip. Ooh, bang zone might claw one back, even though they're both like 150 feet away. Sit, sit, sit. All right, nice little 45 footer to bring it back to level. Never a chance, brother. Gotta remember to stop bringing out these white putters when it's snow on the ground. Okay, I might try to force a backhand on all the holes from here on out. This one is probably with an overstable disc, more of a flex forehand, but we're gonna throw a little handy guy. Try to remember how to throw an overstable disc nose down more than 20 feet. I suck. Like that's terrible, but better. As I've been changing stuff with my form, my most comfortable shots have been hyzers, but that means this is probably good practice today. I think by the end of today, we'll be throwing some decent anhyzers. I just kind of need to remember that it's okay to throw a disc hard. sometimes when I'm changing my form or like thinking through things, I let like that be the main, like the only thought, not even the main thought. And so I forget that like, hey, I can still throw it hard. Like, let me commit and let me rip it a bit. Like, I'm just kind of being a bit of a baby recently. With most of my throws, it's kind of not ideal. They're both OB. I've never thrown a shot so bad on this hole. They both want to be right at the same spot too. Right here. Dude, this honestly has been like a really hectic like week or two for me, content-wise, like getting stuff out, and I haven't been training much at all. And I've also, with that recent ADHD diagnosis, I've been still waiting to get, that was like 5 days ago, and they still haven't gotten a call from the pharmacy. I have to call them today. And I've just been forgetting, obviously, because ADHD, but it's been like, it's really nice, but also really stressful and weird time. So there is a backhand line if you just pump it hard and straight. This forehand line is a little more enticing, but it throws straight into the wind. So I think we're gonna keep throwing the backhand. Just cannot get them to get a different score. It's big skip, big skip, big skip. Through it. Oh. Dude, what is life? A little higher in the basket. Oh gosh, I tried to throw out. Didn't even get to the hit point. 10's out of reach, not even thinking 10. If I get to 10, sick, subscribe. If I don't get to 10, that's what's gonna happen. For me, I think it's ringer top, by far. Maybe that's just because my hands are smaller and I don't like the bigger ones, and like it forces me to feel a little bit bigger with the bank top, but no wonder I couldn't find the pure that I kind of shanked. It's up in a tree. All right, my battery says 1%, so let's see if I can get it down before it dies. Oh, gross. Oh, let's go. First try with the rock, second try overall. That's a win. I think I gotta play tire man golf and not think that I can chuck it, but instead I gotta smooth it out there. All right, new battery, new me. Thank you, tree. There we go. Jeez, is that hard? Come on. This is definitely still makeable. Good little tree kick. It's kind of crazy how, I think it really is my knees, like, they're not being used. Like, I'm not sitting into it, and like right now this feels uncomfortable probably because it's not warm, but if I was sitting into it, I'd be able to throw Anheisers. But since I'm not, I'm like tilted, and my hips really poorly. Oh, how did I miss that? I totally thought that was it. Oof. It's time to turn the tides in all of the bang zone heresy. That's such a bad putt. Is it even a disc golf course if this isn't the trash can? All right, gotta reframe my brain a little bit. I've realized when I get tired, I try to just rip. I'm like, oh, I can overpower it by muscling through instead of just really trusting a little more focus on technique. That was better, I just didn't get it right enough. Big skip. Peak proof that I need a nap. Oh, dang. Oh, let's go. All right, one back now. Back to 1 over. I do still have to make this putt. And my tripod's a little bit precariously lean, so if I hit my camera, it could be screwed. All tied up at 1 over through 9. Nice little tunnel shot there. All the way down to the basket. And I realized I never really showed the flight plates. I've never thrown a ringer or a banger, or I mean GTs, I guess, but yeah, they're fine. I definitely think that I'm kind of right about the ringer GT feels and looks a little bit thinner actually than the banger. Banger is the box though. Tied at 1 over. Oh goodness. This one we really got to put a little ante on it. Not nearly enough. Sit. Oh, we're kind of up on the flat there. We'll have a circle 2 putt. There we go. Get around that tree. Nice. It's always humbling to think you're not tired and then you go out to do something and your body's like, buddy, you need to chill out. I'm interested though, when you get more tired and you still go try to play disc golf, do you struggle with anhydrous too, or is that like something that's probably specific to like the way that I throw my form? Because I like always can't throw anhydrous when I get tired. Everything just starts coming out on hyzer, coming out early. It's bad. Oh gosh. Oh God. I really need to practice my straddle putting. All right, all good. Pars are fine. These will be some forehands here. Yeah, the bang zone on a forehand feels atrocious to me. I don't know if it's just the way that I grip in my hand, but I want to grip it right where this lip is, so it forces my thumb to like go down, and then my second finger, which I put pressure onto my main finger with, feels like it doesn't put as much pressure in it because of the, yeah, don't like the bang zone on a forehand. Foundation was really spewing propaganda. I really like the ring zone because the thumb placement is much more, like that's where I want it to be to help give myself extra pressure. Now I say that I'm gonna pure it with the bang zone and I'm gonna hit that tree and the ring zone's gonna go in the middle of the pond where the fountains are actually made it not icy, and then I'm gonna lose that disc forever, and then I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna go home, nap, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm all better because I'm just basically just a big baby. And if you cry and sleep, you get better. That's how life works. This is the most banana froth video that I could ever possibly dream of. I don't think it's necessarily because of the grip, but it really made me feel like I needed to torque it over more or rip it over, which I did. And that one did exactly what I just said. Just I got the disc wrong. Well, I could go 2 for 2. Let's not be hasty now. Nope, I pured it. Okay, well, I think that's like pretty parked. So we're just gonna see if we can get to 4 down with that disc. And if you're going in, I'll show you where it went in. So it hit off this tree and kicked. I wonder if you can even see how it slid. It was like perfectly what I said it was gonna do. Kicked off, and then kind of right where you see that fountain, it went in like right there. So if you wanna go in, do a nice little cold excursion, be my guest. There's a bang zone right there, which will be one of the 2 approved zones. They're just gonna happen in different months. I'm serious about that conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy theory. I just think it's like what makes the most business sense. And that's why I'm not a big take guy on a lot of things. When I see something that's like, and this is kind of like, would make the most sense business-wise, I'm like, I feel like I have a decent idea about it. I'd just be so surprised if both of these weren't PDGA approved sometime next year. Back to even. Told you ring zone's better. Dang, that was the Wonder Red stamp one too. That one was sick. All right, if I throw the exact same shot as last hole, we park this one too. Just the gap is a little bit further down there. You could put a little more flex on it. I always tend to throw the backhand into this hillside, but I really don't want to stable this one out early at all. I think that's good. Might be a little inside. That should be a putt. Ah, man, my putter is not going in the basket. About 280 up and to the left. That tree that you can kind of see out there, you want to get either in front or behind it. Hope that I don't hit this dog and kid. Just kidding, just throw pure hyzer, and if it gets a skip, we're good. Oh, we're not that good. Classic. Got a nice little 180 footer. I'm gonna treat it like a true approach, do a nice little standstill. I don't know if this is a good or bad idea, but let's finally get a birdie, come on. That's a bad idea, skip. It's like insane how much anhyzer I'm feeling like I'm about to put the disc on for it to come out 20 degrees of hyzer. So I put you guys back a good ways and you still can't really see the top of it. There's like a stick you can see up there, or that big tree. It's right in front of that. It's about 280 to 300 feet. Gonna need to really kind of, especially going up the hill, I'm gonna need to turn something over. Man, I think because my thumb feels like it needs to slide to that GT rim, I'm like, my grip feels different than it typically would with a Z zone. That's really interesting. It feels like the underside of this is shallower, and so my fingers want to be able to grip more, but they feel like they can't. Come on, throw a good anhyzer, one time. That was a good flat shot. Gotta make this putt and then get 2 more, or miss this and get all 3 of the last ones. Focus up. For all the close calls that missed, I didn't deserve it, but I'm glad I got one to finally stick. I'm not gonna lie, this disc was built for this hole, especially seeing as though it is much more comfortable in a forehand. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I feel like this is the least these 2 zones are the least comfortable zone equivalents I felt. They both feel more shallow or weirder. Like the tempo is about as shallow as this feels, and the tempo is so shallow. Almost uncomfortably so, but it even still somehow feels more comfortable than this. Maybe it's because it's neutron plastic and it's slightly grippier or tackier. It might also be slightly deeper, but the way that this flight plate and rim come together, and the way that the bang zone, rest in peace, I can't deal with it. They do not feel good to me. If this goes in the basket, I'll bag one, but. They're both stable though, like, oh, let's go. They're both really good stability. Like, I like that a lot. I'm sure they'll beat in nice, but maybe getting in an ESP plastic, no, I just don't think I like the molds, honestly. Gotta get one of these last 2. I always forehand this hole, or I always backhand this hole, but we're gonna have to throw a forehand that gets stable. Like, the basket's in that bowl of trees down there. Get over it, or through it, somehow. Oh, come on. This will be a pretty cool throw-in. That's down there. Little, okay, I think it's gotta be a little coin slot guy. Foot plays. Or since we're doing the coin slot, I can't do the putter. Gotta be the zone. All right. Luckily I don't, oh no, I do need this. This is for par. Oh! Dang it! Not gonna lie, both the color combos that they sent out, fire. This one, incredible. This is the last hole, it's up there. I'm gonna try to give it a run for the ace, why not? It's like 270 uphill, 260 uphill, something like that. Yeah, I thought I'd have more fun with these, honestly. I'm not the biggest like overstable approach guy. Like, they're not my favorite class of discs at all. I like to have a little more finesse out of them. But they're definitely solid. Personally, I would be on Team Ringer Zone GT, but I'm not really on Team Zone GT, personally. So, I'm sure they'll both come out, like I said. Little theory. Gotta give this one some flex. Get it chain high. If we get this, I'm gonna be so happy. We threw an anhyzer! Let's go! Wasn't even close to the basket, but I'm just stoked that we threw an anhyzer. I basically just said bye and thanks DISCRAFT, and then I made a putt, but my mic died. But this is what the putt kind of looked like. Except doing it. Bye. Also, I said something that was like 20% witty. Team no GT. Yeah. But if I had to pick, Ringer. Bye.